Thousands of jobs are remaining unfilled because employers can't find the right people. Our next guest says that's down to a national skills gap. Nicholas Wyman has written a book called Job U, and he explains this all to us now. Nicholas, so tell us, this unemployment rate is very high, but still companies complain they can't find people to fill hundreds of thousands of jobs. There is a gap here. What is going on?
Well, we've got this labour market mismatch. It's quite incredible that our education systems are churning out people that don't meet the skills needs of employers. So we've got this disconnect, and that 800,000 figure, there's actually a lot more people who are looking for work. So it could be as high as 2 million people are either unemployed or underemployed. So it's a crisis for our country. It's interesting though, isn't it, because university enrolments are at a record high. Graduates aren't guaranteed a job at the end. So, I mean, should we stop pushing people to go to university? Are there other skills that they should be looking at, you know, learning? Well, I think we have this myopic focus that the only way to a successful and rewarding career is to go to university, and that's not the case. And my message is not anti-university, but I think it's about the right education at the right time. So quite often parents push their children down a university path. It's not necessarily what the children want to do. They might like to learn by doing, so they might be interested in an apprenticeship. And there's nothing wrong with an apprenticeship as a path or a start into a career in engineering or cybersecurity or whatever that may be. So there's a whole lot of new jobs emerging. So does this advice apply to people who've been in the workforce for decades? Say you've been doing it for a long time, you think, well, maybe I should change this up. Well, one of the things that I'm really interested in is that the advice is not just for young people, that people of all ages, whether you're forced through redundancy or your industry is changing, or it might be that you're in a career that you don't enjoy. You know, you might be an accountant or you might be a lawyer. And you might say, you know, what is it all about? What makes me happy? So I'm really interested in pathways for people who can actually start to take on new skills and constantly reboot and brush up. But isn't there an argument with people that are going out there, and I know a lot of people like this, that are going out there, they're improving themselves, they're getting qualifications and better qualifications for a better job, then they apply for things, people go, oh, you're overqualified, so we're going to go for someone younger and cheaper. Look, that's definitely a challenge, and I think it's really... Isn't that back on the employers to do something about that? Well, I think it's really... it's getting to know employers, I think, is really important, and I think that one of the reasons that we have this labour market mismatch is that employers aren't involved in the conversation early enough. And so really, educators, employers, community, everyone's got to work together to solve this problem. And really, you know, my advice to people is really get to know the employers and know what it is that you want to do. You've got to be passionate. It's your life. Sorry, Nicholas, can I ask you, what are the skills that you know, employers aren't finding? What is it? What sorts of things should people be looking to bone up on? Well, I think it's really important that you know, we live in the age of globalisation and technological change. You need strong academics, but you also need what I call real-world workplace skills. You need to be able to talk to people. That's an art that's disappearing. I mean, cyber is fantastic and we can all have this online presence, but being able to communicate with others is a skill that employers really want. All right, well, look, this is some really fascinating stuff, and for more information, go out there and grab a copy of Nicholas's book, Job U. Nicholas, thank you so much.